like to.
Okay, we're with Don Day. Don, it's your Super Bowl. What's going to happen?
All right. First and foremost, the storm is going to happen. Our confidence is very high that everything that we see is coming together, all the right ingredients. There's some question marks. There always are when we get into a big storm like this. Our heavy reliance on computer modeling, trying to forecast these weather events. You have to live with a lot of the inaccuracies and the contradictions that they throw at you. And one thing we're struggling with right now with this storm is that our computer modeling is producing tremendous amounts of moisture with this storm, more than you would normally expect with this system. We're talking about some computer modeling predicting 3 to 6 inches of water content. Now just imagine a 2-day event where it rains 3 to 6 inches. Now convert that to snow. You're talking about some tremendous amount of snowfall if that happens. That's the thing we're struggling with. We're going to get a storm. We are going to see heavy snow on the Front Range and the plains and in the mountains. We're going to have a lot of wind. But there's a couple of things that we need to see put together with this storm to really make it one for the kind of storm that we would remember. And that is we don't have a lot of cold air with this storm. That's a little bit of a negative. And then also, the speed of the placement of the storm is going to be a really big factor in terms of where the heaviest snow will fall. We feel that between Denver and Casper, and maybe as far north as Rapid City, and as far east as Scottsbluff and Sidney, Nebraska, that area I just outlined is where the biggest snow is going to fall.
How far west?
We are going to see the snow get all the way into southwestern Wyoming, like Rock Springs and Green River, Rawlins, back into Lander and Riverton. Places like Jackson are going to miss this storm completely. Now, the heaviest snow in these upslope storms, where the winds move uphill and upslope, are going to be in the foothill areas. If you're going to look for the biggest snow, it's going to be along I-25 and west of I-25. The foothills west of Denver to Laramie Peak, Casper Mountain area. Along that I-25 corridor is where that heavy snow in these upslope events will happen. That's where you can get 2, 3, 4, 5 feet of snow in this type of pattern. So that would include the summit between Laramie and Cheyenne. That would include places like west of Denver, like Conifer and Evergreen and Estes Park. It also means the foothills west of Wheatland and Douglas. In terms of the deepest snow, that's likely where it's going to be. Centennial, Albany, west of Laramie, those are the areas that could really get big snow. On the plains, we're thinking 1 to 2 feet for places like Cheyenne, Wheatland, Torrington. Casper could see another foot of snow. Douglas could see 12 to 24 inches of snow. Lusk, in those areas. I think that is going to be about the range we're going to fall in. Now, if we do see that moisture that some of the modeling is predicting, some of the amounts will be higher. But experience tells us that the models over forecast the amount of snow with these storms. So we'll be a little bit more conservative, and we're probably going to predict a little less snow than other folks will. But 1 to 2 feet of snow is a pretty big storm.
And when will you know more?
Certainly we'll know more tomorrow. We're 48 hours really from the event getting started. The peak of this storm is going to be during the day Saturday, and especially overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. That's when the combination of snow and wind will be at their worst. So we're still talking about being 2 days out before the main event. We're going to have a little bit of snow before then, but it's really Saturday and Sunday. What will happen today, to give you an example of how things work with the computer models, this storm has been off the west coast all week. And so that is outside our area where the weather balloons go up. We can only see it on the satellite. We can't really measure it. Now that the storm has moved in to the coast, we're going to start measuring it with our weather balloons and other sensors, and we'll have a better resolution on the storm and a better measurement of it. So when we get to tomorrow, we should have a much better idea on amounts and the exact track of the storm.
Will you have the time to shovel my driveway?
Absolutely not.
It's a fair question, Don. It is a fair question.